Hey you guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel with All Smiles Over Here. I am Sanja. Just like asking the question, will Sanja help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm gonna try not to keep it on, but y'all already know if it gets good, I'm gonna keep on talking. Listen, y'all, I am so happy today. Why? Because God gave me some good old news that I've been waiting to hear for a long time. Okay, listen, the golden nugget today is our men are back. Yes, our men are back. Do you know what that means? Listen, God loves order. God loves order. God loves order. God, Jesus, man, woman, children. You hear me? God, Jesus, man, woman, children. That's the order. And what God showed me, y'all see I was in here jamming. I was like, oh, I can't wait to talk about this. I can't wait to tell my men this. I can't wait to tell the men this and the ladies. Because there's some ladies like me that have been waiting on the men to get back to that place. Yes, indeed. Because y'all know what's been going on. This whole feminine movement, which is so all out of order. Women this, women that. Ain't there wrong with a woman getting a corn. Ain't there wrong with a woman being in a space to where she's able to do things, be able to create. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But what becomes wrong is when you think that you have to tear down a man to do it. Well, you have to erase man to do it. And you know that ain't gonna work. So let me tell you what God showed me. Oh, listen. God showed me this, that the men were going to start waking up. And it's like he was pouring his spirit out on all men. I just saw men being slain out in the spirit. Just a whole, I saw women too, but it was more, when I tell you it was more men than women. And when God was showing it to me, I was like, yes, yes, our men are back. Our men are back. Our men are back. Our men are taking their position back. Because God is not pleased. He ain't never been pleased with the feminine movement, because that is not the order he put in place. And I know a lot of my friends, a lot of people I know may say, what's she talking about? Oh, I thought she was, I ain't watching her no more. Don't watch me no more, because I love the order of God. If you out of order, I ain't hanging with you anyway. We were never hanging together anyway. If you had a feministic mindset, you and I were never friends. You ain't never had my number, and you don't know my address. And just like you probably don't even know my last name. But what I do know, I know that God knows my name, and he know I've been praying for the men. I sure have. Because God knows the order that he put in place. It's God, Jesus, man, woman, children. And a lot of times when women feel weak and feel subordinate, it's because they think being in submission means that you are below. And God never called us to be below, beneath. He said you shall be above only. That's ego working at play. That's the flesh, the lust of the flesh. Got you in competition with men. God had never called you to be in competition with a man. Never. 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 There was no reason for you to compete. You were supposed to walk hand in hand, walk together, be his helpmate. Be his helpmate. That's it. And helping him doesn't mean that you're less than. And that's where society has made the women believe that if a man is going to be over you, that means you're less than, that you're not as important. Now, don't get me wrong. I do understand men who are out of order, who are not following the will of God, they can make a female feel like they are less than. Try to put them in a child's place, in other words. I get that. I get that. But when you know the truth about who you are, according to God, then you don't have to accept that. Which means what? Your mindset is strong. Which means what? You will pray for that man and bless that man. And a lot of women have been doing that, because I'm telling you what God showed me. He showed me him pouring out his spirit on the men. And I know God said he will pour out his spirit upon all flesh. I get that. I know that. But what God showed me was that he was pouring it out on the men, which means what? He's restoring them back to their position, back to their place. He is. And congratulations, men. I'm so happy for y'all. I got up telling my husband, I said, babe, y'all about to be back, babe. I'm telling you what God showed me. And I said, babe, make sure to tell the men I was always on their side. I was never against them. I was never trying to put them down. And we were just cracking up. It was a joke, y'all. It was a joke. It was a joke, y'all. It was a joke. But my thing is, y'all, I just got so super duper excited that God showed me that. And it was such a blessing. It was the best feeling ever. Because y'all know I have a son, and my dad growing up, he showed my sister now how a man should treat ladies. He did. He showed us love. So I know what real men look like. I know what real men look like. And I know what a Jezebel woman look like too. Not saying that all women are Jezebel, because there's some men that have Jezebel, which means you are very controlling mentally. You're very controlling trying to get somebody to do what you want them to do. You're very controlling trying to get them to go where you want them to go. Hands, feet, and the head. That's what Jezebel control. And then Jezebel does not have to be just a female. It could be a male as well. But that Jezebel spirit had been running around in this world for a minute, calling itself feminist. I know you don't like it. You ain't gotta like it. You can go and watch an apple pie show. Go to the YouTube channel that's showing you how to bake an apple pie. Oh, you don't want to know how to bake an apple pie. You want to know how to go and do something else, like what men do. You want to be equal to men. It ain't gonna ever work. It ain't gonna ever work, because that's not the order. God said it's him first, then Jesus, then man, then woman, then children. And what God showed me, I'm trying to ride, what God showed me was that he's putting the men back in their position, back in their place. And you know what that means. Shoot, this is even more exciting. When the men are back in their position, you know what else comes back together? Family, yes. Special relationship, yes. Family comes back together. Yes, men take their role as husbands. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And you know what else? Do you know what else? I saw a particular gentleman, and he was slain out. And then when he came to, he was like, how did I get here? How did I get here? How did I get here? And he was remembering a little bit of his past life, of how he was in his mental before he got slain out. He would begin to remember that a little bit. And then I saw him remembering that he was dating a certain young lady. And God showed him in the spirit that there was another young lady that he had for her. And y'all, he saw the lady, and he was like, I saw you. And the lady was like, I never met you before. And she was a virtuous, godly woman. Yes, she was. And guess what? She was single. And you know what that means. Some of y'all single women. Some of you single women, because God is restoring the men. You about to get a ring put on it. You about to get your husband. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because the men were seen like they were in a state of cage incantation. That means what? In bondage, which means they couldn't tell the enemy, couldn't see that that was the enemy working. Therefore, they weren't doing anything. And therefore, they were believing the lies and let things go on. But when God breaks the spirit of cage incantation, you know what? You're able to see who the enemy is. And you take on God as your mighty what? As your mighty warrior. Because God says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They are mighty through God to the pulling down of the stronghold. So through God, men are pulling down that stronghold of feminism. He is. And some of y'all ladies who've been waiting to get married say, God, where's my husband? Where is he? God is putting him back in position. And you're going to meet him, and he's going to be talking to you like, I had a dream about you. God showed me that you were the one, and the one I was with was not the one. I'm telling you, some of y'all about to get married. Like I said, this is good news all the way around. Families are being restored. Families about to come into existence. Yes. And the men are taking their place. So that, listen, congratulations. Congratulations, men. Yes. Well, awards go to you guys. We are grateful to God that he is setting you back in your position. Which means what? Ladies, get where you belong. Those of you who were out of order. Now, it was a lot of us, like me, who were already in order, saying, no, we know the proper order. But those of you who were out of order, don't get offended. This ain't got nothing to do with you or your ego. This has to do with what God put in place. Just accept it. Because if you don't accept it, you're going to see some hard days. You're going to go through some stuff, okay? Because ain't nobody greater than God. Ain't nobody greater than God. Greater is he that is within me than he that is in the world. And when God is raising up our men like he is doing right now, what he showed me, you ain't going to stand a chance. You going to try to go up against God, his order? You going to try to go up against God's order? Okay. All right. But I'm trying to tell y'all now, God is putting the men back in a position, and I'm so happy for you. It's going to be good to have some masculinity around here, okay? Around these parks. To be able to, my whole family, me and my husband, our children, be able to go out and see families, husband, wives, and children. To see real men, okay? Not to see these women taking over. And listen, I love myself. I love who I am. I love the God in me, but I know order. And I'm not going to side with something that goes against God just because it's relatable to me, because you're a female. If you out of order, you out of order. And when you out of order, you out of order. And when you out of order, you out of order. So let us embrace this change. Listen, guys, I'm so happy for you. Kudos, congratulations, enjoy it. Listen, may God bless you real good, because when he restore back unto you, listen, when he restore back unto you, I'm telling you, you're going to be, listen, you're going to be blessed you are. And you know what? The enemy stole that from you, tried to steal that position from you, but you know what God say? When you find a thief, I remember my dad used to say something like this: if I find a cat that did that, I'll grind them up. Which means what? That's what God is doing to the enemy. He's grinding that enemy up, that spirit up that tried to take your position. And not only, God said, when you find a thief that took and stole from you, which we know it was the enemy, the devil, because God said he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And God said, what? He shall restore. That enemy is going to restore back to you what he took from you. And not only that, he's going to give it back to you sevenfold. Ha! Sevenfold. Times 7, okay? Times 7. So enjoy. Enjoy the blessing. Enjoy the blessing. So I'm going to go, y'all. But y'all can tell I'm excited about this, because listen, ain't nothing like having God's order in place. Because when God's order in place, then the blessings flow. Anytime something is out of order, there's a jam. You don't have flow. There's no overflow, because it's like a dam that's been put up. You're saying, well, where's the water? Well, what happened to this? And you don't know what happened. But you cause resistance when you get out of order. But just assume God put things back in place, in order. Then the floodgates will open up, and you'll see the overflow of God's blessings in your life. So I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm happy for it. And listen, guys, again, congratulations. But we got our men back. All right, I hope y'all got this. But if you didn't, rewind and watch again. And if you didn't like it, I can't talk to God, because he told me to tell it. And don't shoot the messenger. Talk to God. And you can't do nothing to me. If you mad at me, you ain't gonna hurt me, because God says, well, he's giving me power over all the power of the enemy. So if you hate me right now, it's the enemy. So I already won. I already won. I have already won. Not by my might, not by my power, but by God's spirit. Try to do something and watch what happens, okay? But again, let me get back to it. God is putting our men back in place, back in position, and I'm happy. Families, yes indeed. Marriages, yes indeed. Real men, yes indeed. Back in order. Okay, let me stop. Y'all can tell I'm happy. Okay, let me go. Y'all be blessed, stay blessed, and listen, I hope y'all got it. But if you did, rewind the thing, watch again. But if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever the mask smile. Why? Because your smiles will be always genuine. Y'all be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.